All right, hello, welcome. Everyone is joining us live, and we are recording. So I'll just give it a minute or so. See some familiar face. Dita, good to see you. What's up?
Good to see you too.
Let me go through this. All right, so yeah, everyone is joining us. Let me know in the chat, first of all, where you're all joining us from. Let me stop my sharing for a second. Let me know in the chat where you're from and how did you hear about us. That'll be great. How did you hear about us? How long do you know about us? About acquisitions.com, about me, about acquisitions.com? And what's the one most important thing you're looking to learn today? That'll be great as well. All right, so yeah, put it in the chat, guys. So, and also if it's the first time you ever join me on one of those calls or watching one of my videos or whatnot, let me know in the chat as well. I just really want to know who's new here, who's new to everything acquisitions, and yeah, just to make sure that I personalize the training as much as possible to everyone in here. So who we got here? I see, let me look at the screen. And yeah, everyone who can turn on cameras, that'll be great. So I feel like I talk to real human beings and not just random screens with random text names on them. So I see Niall, Dita, Navjot. Hopefully I'm pronouncing names right. By the way, I'm sorry in advance for butchering, guys. John, David, Anwar, Timothy, Jean, Christopher, iPhone. Good to have you, iPhone. And then I see other people like James, Alex, Jennifer, Martin, Chad, Daniel, Manny, Omar, Caleb, Mary, Christopher, Terry, Vincent, Patrick, Darius, Ernesto. I didn't see you for a while, my friend. Hope you're well. Patrick, Richard. All right. So yeah, let me know if you're just joining us, where you're from, and if you're new to everything we're doing. I'm just curious, kind of like what's the level of understanding of what we're up to. And then we'll get started with some training and I'll bring things up for Q&A and we'll go from there. So who do we have here? I see Canada, UK, knowing me from YouTube. Cool. Texas, Canada, Odessa, Ukraine. For real, Christopher? Where are you? Damn, how are you doing, my friend? Yeah, be strong, my man. Shit. Be strong, my friend. Well, hopefully we can make you smile today with acquisitions. That's my hope, man. This world is fucked up. That's all I have to say, man. All right, Washington, first time. How to start, been following you for some time now, ready to go. Good stuff, David. Now familiar with acquisitions and kids learning. Cool. Top of the morning from Arizona to Arthur. Good to see you, Arthur. Anwar, brand new to acquisition, New Jersey. Good stuff. John, deal source expert. Cool, from Alabama, US. Nice. Yeah, let me know, by the way, guys. I'd love to hear, what are you all doing? Like, are you a business owner? If so, what kind of a business? If not, what are you doing for a living right now? That'll be great just to understand how many people here are business owners versus people who want to buy their first business, because that will help me make sure that the training makes sense as well. Perry from New DC, I believe I find you on Instagram or Facebook. Cool. Austin, Rhode Island. Thanks, pretty tense here. Yeah, man, I bet. Christopher, stay strong, my friend. G in Minnesota, and she's showing on YouTube. Nice. I've been part of multiple M&A deals. I want to stay up to date to all my clients. I'm fractional CFO. Cool, good stuff. Yeah, Perry. I mean, if you have good businesses in your pipeline, that'll be really, really cool. I know our first business, Christopher, entrepreneur family looking for a first business deal. Nice. Now I booked a call with you, and it was a no-show from my side. From your side, you mean, wow, that's good, my friend. But I'm glad I'm here today. Good stuff. All right, my friend. Yeah, if you book a call, show up. That's only one time to make a first impression, my friend. All right, David, lawyer, marketer, seller looking to acquire leisure companies in the UK. Nice. Patrick from Louisiana, but living in Texas. Cool. Good stuff. We have people from all over the place right now. Successful business owner looking to expand through acquisitions. Nice. Tony, what kind of business do you own? Interested in knowing how to package and present a business from sourcing point. Nice. I've started several businesses, acquired others in the past, and exited them. Good for you, Manny. You're in the 1%, 90 guys, give you some stats. 98% of businesses never go above 5 years. Most of them fail. So if you have an existing business and you're alive for more than 5 years, congrats. And my goal for everyone here is to be able to grow an existing business for as many years as possible, or buy an existing business that's already exists for 5, 10 plus years and skip the startup, challenges. So Tony, software development company, cool, good stuff. I own SaaS and marketing agency looking to expand. Okay, beautiful. All right, guys. So today we're going through just generic stuff about acquisitions. I'm just going to share some notes and thoughts and latest thoughts, and then we'll just open it up for Q&A. And I'll just, try to support you as much as possible. Sinadita, just done 5 years. Taking my hat off. Seriously, business is tough, guys. Everyone here, the fact that you're here, if you are a business owner or you want to become a business owner, I take my hat off. I know how difficult and challenging being in business can be. And, I don't take it for granted at all that you're here. It means that you want to grow. It means that you want to expand, invest in yourself, time, effort, money, capital. And I think that what we're trying to create here with acquisitions.com is a community to help people who want to, grow by acquisitions and build great businesses and hopefully roll up and merge different verticals. I just talked to my team earlier today and I told them that I met, I'm in Europe right now. So I had a lunch with a guy who took 8 or 9 companies public on NASDAQ, each company valued at 100 million plus in different verticals. So that's what's possible when you have the right skills, when you have the right knowledge and you have the right network around you of people and capital and support to help you with the process. And as long as you have the right attitude and resourcefulness and commitment, then that's our goal here, to really support you in that journey as much as possible. So with that being said, here is what I'd love to go through today. Let me just share my iPad thing. And let me just click some buttons here. We'll do some training. And then any question that you guys have, guys and girls, just post it in the chat. I'm just sharing my iPad screen. It will take a second. There's a bit of a delay here. I need to talk to Apple about that. I don't know why that happens. Let's see. Does this work? Can you guys see anything? Not yet. Johnny saying, in the meantime, business owner for 10 years. Nice, man. Revenue cycle management and business development expert for laboratory and healthcare space. Roll Tide. Good stuff. 1 second. Let me just give that a try again. Let's share a screen thing. So just give me 1 in the chat if you're a business owner, and 2 if you're not a business owner, because the lessons I want to go through today are mostly for business owners and CEOs. But if I see that there's not a lot of business owners, I might adjust my training and language a little bit. So put 1 in the chat if you are a business owner, and 2 if you're not a business owner, please. Okay, so I see 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Yes. What is yes? Yes, there's a business owner. Yes, no. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, 2. Okay, business owner. Okay, sweet. So it sounds like a bit. Yeah, we're a bit. I think pretty much 50-50. So I'll just roll with it. Cool, business owner. Okay, awesome. So I want to share with you some lessons about roll-ups. What I think are some of the things you want to pay attention to when you want to roll up a sector, a vertical, and making sure that you're not making mistakes that we went through and are going through still, right? So To give you an idea, the largest roll-up we were involved in was a $200 million roll-up that basically happened from 0 to 200 million in revenues in less than a year. And like when you try to grow so fast, you're gonna have a lot of break points in the process and points where your business can really break, right? So look at it this way: to go from 0 to 1 million. And can you just give me a yes in the chat to make sure you're seeing my screen and I'm not just drawing random stuff here, please? That'll be great. Okay, yes, thank you. So to go from 0 to 1 million, if you're starting from scratch, it is all about what you're doing, right? So you got to make sure that what you're doing is actually working, that there's actual demand for your product, your services, right? To go from 1 to 10 million, it's all about who you do it with. So the people that you're working with, right? And to go to 10 to 100 million, it's all about how you do it. So your processes, your systems, your IT, your compliance, HR, legal, stuff like that. So if you want to ask yourself, why do you stuck? Like, it usually comes down to those 3 answers. And let me know in the chat if you agree with that or not, because that's what I've seen when we've been working with hundreds of deals at this point. This is what I usually see. When someone don't have a business at all, or is having a challenge to go from 0 to 1 million, it's usually because he's just isn't able to find the right solutions in regards to what he's doing, right? So what is selling, what is the product? Is there even enough demand for that? Is the market there? Can you sell at a price that is, good enough to create a nice amount of margins and profits? When you're getting to 1 million, then obviously, yes, you want to continue with what you're doing. You want to do it better, and you want to have more options and products and services. But then it comes down to who you do it with. Who are the people you have? Do you have a team? Do you have an executive team? Do you have people you can trust to basically lead different departments? Because I don't care who you are, you can't do everything in the business, period. Like, no one is too talented. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are not Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos because they did it on their own, right? I mean, Jeff Bezos, how many employees Amazon got? How many employees Elon Musk got with Tesla, right? And with other companies. Everyone here agree that you can't really build something massive on your own. Every big business is going to be dependent on people at the end of the day. And I don't care, like some people tell me, hey, what about technology? Technology is all about technology. You don't need people. But look at the biggest technology companies in the world. Guess what they have? A lot of people. To be the biggest business in the world, you got to have a lot of people, period. And also, to add on that, I hear a lot of people are afraid to invest in themselves, invest in their business. And you need to understand, guys, if you're afraid to invest in yourself and in your business, there's no way you're going to grow. Do you all understand that let's say your goal is to be a 25 million a year business, right? Do you all agree with me that your expenses are probably going to be around 20 million, right? So like that, let's say that's your revenues. That's a year as well. Like, obviously it depends on the sector and whatnot, expenses, right? At least, right? Depends on the sector, depends on how fast you're going, how much you're reinvesting back. But do you all understand that in order to be a 25 million business, you got to invest 20 million? And sometimes people are just afraid to invest, and every profit they're making, they just want to take money out of the business to buy themselves a nice car, a nice watch. Do we all agree that that's stupid? If you want to grow, you don't have to grow. You can stay where you're at. But I believe at this point that if you're not growing, you're dying, you're sliding down. There is no staying at the plateau, especially when there's inflation and whatnot. Like the value of dollar is going down, right? The cost of your team members is going up. So if you're not growing, you're dying. Do we all agree on that? So please understand that for you to grow, you got to be willing to invest in yourself, be resourceful, be committed to the business. Otherwise, just sell the business or just don't start in the first place if you're not willing to invest in yourself. Because to be big, you got to invest big. And it's scary, don't get me wrong, like to get to a point where and obviously it doesn't necessarily need to happen in a day. If you grow by acquisitions, it can happen in a day. But you got to have that mindset. If you want to be big, you got to have the mindset of understanding, okay, if I want to be big, I need to be willing to invest big and to have larger expenses and to take risk, in quotes. Otherwise, you just stay where you're at. Anyway, back a bit to the 10 to 100. It's all about the how you do things, right? So when you have the right people, then you got to have good processes and systems and IT and compliance and whatnot. Otherwise, you're just going to be in a messed up situation, because if you have one business right now and it's messy and you're going to buy 10 more businesses, you're just going to expand and 10x the mess, basically. So the last thing you want to do is to do that. Like if you have one business, you first of all want to make sure that the fundamentals are right. And when you grow it in a way that makes sense. So you have a business that is, call it a platform company, that is so robust and so good that whatever asset or business you're buying, you can immediately change things in that new business to affect that new business with your existing and performing processes and assets. So those are my first thoughts about some of the biggest things to focus on. Now, let me share with you some more notes on what I think is really important for you to understand. How should I call it? It's basically removal of things. By the way, in the end, if you guys want access to the slide thing that I'm creating here, I don't know if you feel like it's valuable, but let me know. I mean, message support@acquisitions.com and we'll message it to you if you guys want, like the PDF, or just message me on Facebook and my team will message you there with the PDF of everything we're going to write here today. So removal of things, what that means? It means that the way that I see that, when we are overwhelmed and confused, we fail, right? So whatever going on with you, if you want to buy a business, grow a business, you got to clarify and create clarity and simplification as much as possible. It's key, right? So it's almost like you need to ask yourself, in the end of the day, you want to remove as many things as possible and focus on like one or two things for each quarter. If you do more than that, it's very difficult, especially if you have a large team. So again, I know some of you here are business owners, some of you are not. So for example, let me give you an example. If you are not a business owner yet and you want to buy your first business, then guess what? If you have a to-do list of like, I don't know, 10 things, you need to ask yourself in the next 30, 60, 90 days, what are the 1-2 things that are the most important things that are going to move the needle the most? And you need to delete everything else and just focus on those top 2 things. And when it comes to buying businesses, guess what? Probably some of those 2 things should be. It's probably talk to business owners and talk to financial partners. If you're not doing this, don't expect to buy a business in the next 30 to 60 or 90 days or a year, right? I could give you more things here, but if I had to tell you what are the top 2, it's those 2. If you're not doing those things, don't expect to get the results. Do we all agree on that? If you are a business owner, then again, it comes down to understanding what are your goals, right? So I would say that probably your goals should be to start with understanding what are you doing? Are you clear on that? Who do you do it with? Do you have the right team? And do you have good processes on how you do it? With what we're building with acquisitions.com, we are creating a concierge service that will basically allow us to re-engineer your businesses, to basically make sure that you find out where are the gaps in your business, what are the, basically do kind of like a SWOT analysis, your strength, your weaknesses, your opportunity, your threats, right? What the competitors are doing, what you're doing, how can you become best in the market? Because I hear a lot of people are like to give you an idea, I had someone who came to me with a business in the landscape. He had a landscaping business. And also another example, I had a guy in Australia, he came to me with a security business. And he was doing, I think almost around 10 million a year in revenues. And he wanted to go about and buy a completely different business. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing that. You can do that if you want to do it for fun and just to have a nice portfolio and just to do it for, lifestyle and just, being involved in many things at once. No problem. But if your goal is to build the biggest business possible, it's the worst thing you can do because you're going to have a completely different learning curve in a different sector. And usually it happens because people just don't believe in themselves and just don't have the skill set to go from 1 to 10 or from 10 to 100. Because I told him, like, do you know other security companies doing more than you. He's like, yeah, of course, there are security companies doing hundreds of millions a year or even billions a year. So I'm like, cool. So do we both agree that you can make more money in the security space? It's just you specifically don't have the skills at the moment to get there, right? So that's how I think that you should look at things when you want to go into different sectors if you are an existing business owner. And also understanding that the grass is always greener, right? We always think that, hey, the different sector is going to be easier. Everyone is nice there. It's easy to get capital. Every business owner is super motivated. It's going to give me the business for free. But it's not the case. Every business is going to have its own learning curve. And especially for the security guy, he's been involved in that sector for the last 10 years. So what do you think is going to be easier? To stay in the sector and just, double, triple, and exponentially grow it, or to go into something completely new? So removal of things. Next thing you should focus on. And again, the conversation today, like I created it mostly to think about business owners in mind, but I think it's relevant for everyone. So KPIs. Everyone here know what are KPIs? Basically key performance indicators. So what that means? It means that when you have a business, like you gotta have something to track, right? You gotta have things to track on a regular basis. And also, if you don't have a business and you want to buy a business, you gotta have KPIs to track. So remember those things. We started first with removal of things and having priorities, right? So I believe that we all have time for everything we want to do. And when someone is telling me I don't have time, in my mind, is telling me it's not a priority for me, right? When someone is telling me, hey, I don't have time to work out, for me, it just means that it's not a priority for him. And he'd rather just, I don't know, get out of shape and be overweight. For me, if someone's telling me I don't have time to work on looking for deals, it just means to me that it's not a priority. And it's all good. I'm not here to tell you what are your priorities, but I'm here to tell you that if your goal is to buy a business or to grow your business by acquisitions, then it's got to be a priority. And if it's not a priority, then don't expect to get different results, right? Now, after you know that it's a priority, the best way to keep yourself accountable is to have some kind of KPIs, right? So it can be, again, KPIs can be daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, right? Yearly. And you want to constantly look at those things, right? So for example, if you're a business owner, look at like, what are the best products? What are the best trends? What are your processes? How do you keep people accountable to those KPIs to follow? And everyone should have, including you, probably at least 3 to 5 KPIs to, keep yourself accountable. I think that more than that, like more than 5, 6, 7, it usually becomes almost too much, but I think 3 and 5 is kind of a good range. Then, of course, each department, eventually you want to have their own KPIs. So what kind of departments you have in business? You have sales, you have marketing. Let's see if I have a place to write here. Sorry. Marketing, you have operations, right? What do you have? Depends on the business, of course, right? But you have whatever, some kind of a support or customer thing. You have HR, you have legal, you have finance, right? Maybe IT. So do you have a process to keep everyone accountable? Can you have KPIs for each of them, of the departments? That's the only way to grow. Like if you want to grow a business, you just got to push on each department and make sure that every week we track those KPIs and we push on improvements on those KPIs. And ideally, everyone in the team is also compensated based on reaching different KPIs, right? To make sure that everyone is incentivized based on results that they're producing to the business. Otherwise, it's like, why would they wake up? I mean, obviously, in the end of the day, business is not just about money, right? Obviously, money is a big part of it, but the only reason for business to stay alive, I mean, business need to make money and profit. Otherwise, there's no reason for the existence of the business. But for that existence of the business to constantly grow and scale, it's on you as the owner to constantly push, constantly sprint, and it's never ending project. Like some business owners think that one day will come and you can just rest on your laurels. What's the word? Right, something like that. But it never happens. As long as you're a business owner, it never happens. You either push and go up or you slide down. Like if you're looking to having your nirvana in business, sorry, it's not going to happen. It will happen if you exit the business and you're just never going to be part of it. Otherwise, as long as you're part of the business, it's always like constant chase. You're in the chase constantly. And if you sleep in for a day or two, you're gonna get screwed. Like you're gonna have different technology, different government rules, money printing rules, different pandemics, competitors. A lot of things will come to you that you won't expect. And it's on you as the owner to constantly be on top of things, right? So what are your KPIs? And again, obviously, if you're doing acquisitions, then you're going to have some biz dev, call it biz dev department. And then here, you'll have things like deal flow. You have things like, your finance could help you with your basically finance due diligence, right? Your legal could help you with the legal stuff. So you could help a full team to help you with that. You could have a team to help you with the cap raise. All depends on how big you are, basically, right? Like the biggest company in the world, they have a huge biz dev. All they're doing is basically M&A. And that's what we want to build with acquisitions.com also over time, is to be your M&A, basically, call it fractional remote team to basically help you with operating the business, make sure you have good fundamentals in place, and then help you to also grow by acquisitions. So to be almost like your silent partner without being your boss. So instead of us, being in control of everything you're doing, we'll actually work for you. That's the way we want to grow with you guys and earn our equity with performance and the value that we provide right away. Yeah. So holding people accountable, of course, to those KPIs, right? And back to those things again, I see it with every business, including what we're doing with acquisitions.com right now internally. That's the only things that's holding every business back. It's what you do, it's who you do it with, and it's how you do it, right? And you need to understand that as the owner, like you need to keep everyone accountable. And when you see problems, you need to address things right away. So it's almost like you need to have ideally a process to make sure you address those things, to have some kind of ongoing meetings and calls, to go through things, to find out bottlenecks and create transparency and opportunities for what can be done. I see we're 30 minutes in, so I just want to exit the screen and see, kind of look at the chat a little bit and see your thoughts and see maybe we can open it up for Q&A. I have some more things I can go through, but let me know in the meantime, what is the biggest takeaway that you got from the last 30 minutes or so that I went through that? But I'll go through the chat in the meantime. If you can just put in the chat, what's your biggest takeaway from everything we went through so far, that'll be great. And in the meantime, I'm going to find my way in the chat. Scroll up, it looks like I missed some stuff. All right, so what am I seeing here? Christopher is saying, yes, business owner can be a threat. Recently helped another business to get to sell enterprise 500x larger. My own boss had been in technology solutions, ways to explain other people's businesses. Nice. Okay, takes the team. Yep, 100%. Or hold and sell after 2 years. Yeah, you can definitely sell the business right away. But here's the thing: if you're selling your business too fast, guys, you're gonna get screwed. Like the way that I see that, and I'm telling you, someone who probably sold the businesses that some of them that I had probably too early. At the same time, I just didn't have I think that when I did that, I was just young and just more stupid. And I didn't understand that if I pushed a little bit more, I could just, take things to the next breakpoint and sell things for much higher price and multiples. But when you sell your business and you're not in in an upward trajectory and your profit is not growing every year by year, there's no reason for the buyer to pay a premium. And if you're not getting paid premium for an exit, I mean, yeah, you can make good money, but it's not as much as you can make if you really optimize things before you sell. Like the difference between you optimizing things before you sell and not can be a life-changing sum for you, right? It can be the difference between you sell the business for 2x or 3x or 5, 6, 7, 10x multiples. And when we're talking multiples, those are huge differences, right? So if you have a business doing $1 million EBITDA and you're selling for 2 million or 3 versus 7 or 8, that's a nice chunk of difference, right? Extra few million there. So I think those are some of the biggest lessons that I had to learn, is the fact that only sell. First of all, you need to learn the process of selling. Is the idea that when you're selling a business, it's funny right now that I'm kind of like understanding both sides so well. When you're on the buy side, you always want to buy based on past performance and basically pay on a discount, ideally, right? When you're on the sell side, when you're selling, what you want to do is sell based on future promises and what's going to happen to the buyer. Especially if he's a strategic buyer, you can really sell him on what's going to happen if you're going to sell the business to him and what the business, how big his business can get by him buying you. And if you have good secret sauce, like good processes and technology and a team, that's how you get those huge multiples. That's how you see some technology companies out there are selling for huge multiples. It's because they're able to optimize things so much better before they sell. They show trajectory of growth. They show a team that is very robust and can work really well together. They show other secret sauces like technology and systems and processes and a product, obviously, that is very good and hopefully a brand. So all those things combined, that's how you get the amazing multiples when you want to sell. And a lot of people that I see have businesses, they sell too early. And 99% of the time, it just comes down to the owner he just gave up. He's not willing to commit anymore. He's just literally tired. And he's just like, man, for me to get to the next level, I don't have the skills. I don't have the energy. Because to get to the next level of business, it's a different level of energy. It's a different level of skills and belief that you need to get into. And it's easier said than done, especially if you don't have people around you kind of being there to coach you through the process and see what you need and what you're missing. Anyway, back to the chat. What type of business is ideal for you to acquire in revenues and employees? So I see some notes here, guys. With us, what we're doing right now in the next year, you're probably going to see us creating different verticals in different sectors. So it depends. So here's what I told a guy that I talked to earlier this week. If we are creating a new vertical, then we'll want to look at the business doing at least $1 million in EBITDA. At the same time, like right now, we're looking at a lot of businesses in the marketing space, like marketing agencies and FBA fulfillment by Amazon, like Amazon businesses in the last few weeks. So with that being said, because we have so many deals in that pipeline in those sectors, we will be willing to look at smaller deals. So that's part of kind of like our scout program, right? At the same time, I know some of you just want to do your own deals and your own roll-ups. For that, you can join our accelerator. And we'll basically coach you with everything we're doing and potentially partner with you and even invest alongside you. So for that, you can go to acquisitions.com/apply, or maybe let's just put the link in the chat. I'm not sure it's actually the right link. So Martin, can you post a link in the chat for everyone here who want to talk? Just either go to acquisitions.com and you'll find your way to book a call with us, or we'll put the link in the chat if you're not a client yet, because I see here some clients already. But if you're not a client yet and you want to get more support from us ongoing, then feel free to reach out. All right, let me go back to the chat. Especially for those of you who are business owners already, I feel like we're creating right now different services that could be super valuable for you to really help you roll up your vertical and to really do deep dive analysis and almost like re-engineer your business to make sure that we're filling you for sure have in the business. All of us have, including me and every business owner, but we will show you what are those gaps, what are the threats that you have in your sector, and based on that, we will help you basically build a plan and a roadmap to make sure that as you try to scale organically and by acquisitions, you don't hit those breakpoints. Because especially, I'm sure if you are a business owner, it happens to pretty much any entrepreneur that I know who try to build something big. Eventually, when you try to grow fast, if you don't understand what you need to prepare yourself when you scale, a lot of business owners are just getting to a point where they stuck and they need to take a few steps back. And it's a very normal thing that happens in business if you don't have things prepared and robust enough. Like people grow, they get to 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, and then many times they need to take a few steps back, fire employees, and literally go back like 1-2 years. Like, they try to take 3 steps ahead and then they take 5 steps back. And unless you have the right skill set, it's always going to be kind of like a never-ending cycle. And that's what I really wanted to solve for business owners, to really show them what needs to be in place for that not to happen. And then when you consider that, plus the idea that we have such an amazing network with acquisitions.com of businesses, so people looking to buy businesses, we can also create access for business owners. So for example, if you guys have a business doing 2 million in revenues, and let's say you're doing 20% margins, right? So a business like that, what you'd sell it for 2 times, 3 times multiples, right? Obviously, I'm very generic here, depending on the sector and the business, of course. But what I want to create here with our acquisitions.com platform is to create access for business owners and join us in a group. So for example, like I mentioned, like we have, I'm sure some of you maybe watched some of the interviews with guys like Borislav, right? He came to us, he was a truck driver, he bought a business with 13 million a year using other people's money, using none of his own money. Like he basically, he wasn't, I don't think he was even legal in the US, like, and he bought a business in the US, right? Like a 13 million business. So right now, we want to build a pipeline of more trucking companies or people who are buying trucking companies. So think about it this way. Borislav, if you wanted to sell his business right now, he would sell it for 3 times multiple of his profits. But imagine if we were able to find hundreds of people like Borislav that some of them are in our network already, but we want to build more of those in different verticals. And then we gave you the access of joining a management group that you'd be able to trade instead of 2 times, 3 times, you'd be able to trade yourself at 5, 10, 20 times, obviously then, especially if we're taking this public. It means that you can create yourself a generational wealth just by joining a group of similar companies to yours. Plus, imagine if we all operated like one company, right? Because we have similar processes. You all went through kind of like our acquisition process. You all kind of like went through the same methodology. That's what can be a game changer in the market. And I feel like that's what we really create here. And hopefully, when you join those webinars, then you are kind of like listening to me, and some of you might connect to me, and some of you might say, who is this weird guy with this weird accent who can barely speak English? But it's good. It's all good, right? I attract whoever feel like he's called to be part of it, and repel others, and it's all good. There's enough people in the world, and hopefully we'll find people who are excited about being part of a group like that, of a network of people who want to grow by acquisitions and want to be part of a roll-up and are excited about that space in the first place. And that's hopefully what we'll build here and create here. And I think by doing that, it will, as cheesy as it sounds, really create something beautiful in the market, create great wealth for everyone involved, create jobs, save businesses, help investors get great returns as well. And it's just a win-win for everyone. And obviously, obviously create a lot of wealth for us internally as part of acquisitions.com. I'm not hiding that. Of course, we're not a charity, so but it's a win-win for everyone. It's not just money. It's much more than that, and that's what excites me to wake up in the morning. I think it's exciting. It is an opportunity to create massive wealth for everyone, plus just do something good and impactful. Anyway, I'm going to go through the chat right now and just see some questions in the next few minutes we have, and we can wrap. So, Perry's saying the alternative to investing in the business is to milk the cash flow. Often businesses are purchased and the buyer just takes the cash flow but loses a lot of value. Yeah, 100%. The thing is with businesses that milk cash flow, there's a deadline to that. like eventually, if you're not, you will slowly go down. There's no magic here. Like, you got to reinvest back in the business, guys. There's always new competitors, new rules, new government laws, new pandemics. Like, you never know what's going to happen, and unless you're constantly changing and exploring and being flexible with what's up in your market, you will die. It's as simple as that. And not trying to be pessimist for those of you who are not business owners. Just that's the fact. And if you don't believe me, you just didn't be probably part of business long enough. It's as simple as that. So I see Vicky Nuts, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, 17. I have 40 acquisition candidates, 5 accounting firms, 3 accounting firms. I will turn 18 in 5 days. Wow. Vicky Nuts, congrats. If you're 17 years old and have 40 acquisition candidates, I'm taking my hat off, first of all. The fact that you're out there, even know about acquisitions at that age is incredible. So, congrats on that. If you have good 40 companies and you want help as part of being a scout, feel free to email me, guys. If you have deals that you want to scout, let me know. If you want to do the deal on your own and want our support of you doing the deal 100%, I'll try it yourself, then join our accelerator and we'll support you. So it's, you have different paths you can take with us. You can just send us the deal and we'll take control of it, and you'll just get a referral fee for it. Or you can try to do it on your own and join our accelerator, and then we'll support you through the process and you buy it 100% outright. And then we might partner with you over time and invest in you. And by the way, if you allow us to invest in you and partner with you over time, we'll even refund your service fee. Yeah. Arby, that's so obvious and so brilliant. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'll take it as a compliment. Thank you. Manny, what's in your opinion is the best country to headquarter the holding company in, and why? Depends where your business is. If your business in I don't know, Nicaragua, you probably don't need a business register in the UK or whatnot, unless you have not specifically UK, but yeah, obviously you can go into different depths and lengths when it comes to tax jurisdictions and whatnot. I'm not here to give you tax advice or legal advice, but there's a lot of games you can play. But I would say when you start, just register wherever you're at, wherever the business is at. And over time, if you make enough money, you can play with taxes. Like for me right now, to give you an idea, I'm personally a resident of Panama and Cyprus. And I'm currently in Cyprus because I just like the place. It's kind of like a small island next to the Greek islands. But that's me personally, right? So there's different jurisdictions for being a personal, and different rules for you personally and different rules for the business that you want. And it really depends, yeah. But again, I don't want to make it a tax call, but it can get messy. So I would just say keep things simple to start with. Just keep things local and grow the business, make enough money first. I currently have 29 companies for sale. Feel free to email me to learn more. Big business guy. So, Chad, Martin, kid, do you see that email? Can you email Chad from us and see? Let's see what's in there. But if those businesses, by the way, guys, if you're sending us as a scout businesses from brokers, we probably won't look at them. We want off-market deals. So just want to let you know in advance, because I'm not looking to compete with other buyers or whatnot. Terry, what's the trends of KPIs over the 12, 24 months? Color code, the status, red in danger, missing goals between red. Yeah, okay, so we're talking takeaways. Cool. Green, on track, reach goal. Beautiful, 100%. Yeah, guys. So yeah, I see we have a few more minutes left. Remember, if you never talked to me or my team when it comes to working with us, I suggest you just book a call with us, right? Let's jump on a call. Let's see where you're at, what you do right now. If you have a business, if you don't have a business, let's see what are the challenges that you experience right now. Like what's holding you back from buying the businesses that you want. If it's maybe helping you with finding better deals, if it's helping you analyzing deals and understanding what is a good deal or not, if it's helping you access capital or understanding deal structures and how to access other people's money. Or maybe it's just, okay, what do you do after you bought the business, right? How to integrate things, how to create a post-merger plan and integration roadmap and whatnot. So if you feel like you want to ask questions about any of those things or want to let us understand where you're at and where you want to be and see if we can help, then I suggest you book a call with us. You can go to acquisitions.com. I'm sure you'll find a way to book a call with us there. Just look for the buttons or whatnot. Just click some buttons and you get to a point where you just put your information, answer some questions, and book a call with us. And yeah, let's jump on a call. And I'm taking some of those calls as well. in the next few weeks, just to kind of like check what's up. I like to talk to our community every now and then. So jump on a call. You'll talk to me or one of my team members, and let's see if we can help you or not. So okay, so I'm looking at some more takeaways you guys have. Use KPIs and to manage and drive performance. Love it. I need to hire the right talent when I grow by acquisitions. 100%. We always have time for activities we have set as priorities. Love it. I love your takeaways, guys. It's beautiful. I know I need to learn more about acquisitions and mergers, how to prepare and build towards both. Is why I'm here. Sweet. Is the same operational strategy used for a 10 million company the same as a 100 million company? Is the same operational strategy? Well, there's a lot of other things you need to focus on when you're bigger, right? So again, the biggest roll-up that we worked and supported so far was a $200 million roll-up. And like I said, I'm very close right now to a guy who went through like 8 or 9 IPOs. And there are always more complex challenges as you try to grow the business. And yeah, you just need to prepare for them. It's not the same thing. So like I said, you have like different breakpoints that you need to go through, and every breakpoint have different things you need to focus on to optimize and prepare yourself to make sure that when you reach that next milestone, you're not breaking and need to take 5 steps back, right? So it's almost like you need to prepare for things in advance and make sure that you are ready for that growth. Otherwise, you'll just collapse yourself. Very informative. KPIs are spot on. Thank you. I like the simplified things. Thank you. It is the dopamine effect then. Yeah, dopamine's controlling us, isn't it? Not a business owner. I understand everything you're saying. I've tried to take action on my own. I contacted the broker in a business. When he sent the NDA, I got stuck and couldn't figure out how to fill out the asset liabilities financial form. I don't own a business. So how do I get information for things like accounts payable, receivables? Yeah, you just don't know, Kobe. For me, based on what you're saying, it means that you don't know how to position yourself as a credible buyer. So that's one of the things that we help our accelerator clients, like to just give you the exact scripts and words on how to make sure that people take you seriously, even if you never bought a business before. Plus, when you're part of our network and community, you can leverage us and basically use us as your credibility, right? So that will help you a lot with brokers and different business owners and whatnot. The links are in the chat to book a call. Thank you for that, Martin. But yeah, when you click those links first, you need to fill some information there, and then you can book a call. What do you think about scaling a real estate development and general construction company through acquisition? Yeah, I think it's great. I think I'm a bit biased if you didn't get it so far. I'm very much into acquisitions and scaling by acquisitions. Is it possible to roll up in the logistics industry? Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, guys. What is a roll-up in the DFA? Roll-up is basically taking a sector and buying as many companies as you can in that one sector, and then optimize operations between all those companies. That's pretty much a roll-up, right? I don't think that it's more complicated than that. So as long as you have a lot of businesses in that sector, you can do a roll-up in that sector. Keep it simple. Many. What about acquiring businesses EBITDA 250 and under? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it just depends on you personally. What are your goals? Where are you at? What do you try to achieve? How much money you were looking to make? 250,000 in EBITDA per year for a lot of people who don't own a business would be a life-changing amount. So, 100%. It's like it all comes down to what are your personal goals? Where do you want to be? What will, for some of you, have jobs? What amount of money you need to make to replace your job, or what kind of money you need to make for those of you who already have a business owners to scale your business and double it or triple it in the next few months, right? So everyone here have different goals, and the size of the business that you'll pick will be based on your goals. Now, I do talk a lot about the fact that if you're buying a small, like too small of a business, then yeah, you just need to expect that you're buying yourself a job, right? So you have a job inside of a business. Don't expect to be passive, can't be an absentee owner, but it's solely your choice. Christopher is saying, I'm struggling to understand what the offering is. Yeah, so I would say, Christopher, I mean, the offering here, right now, there's no real offering other than I just want to share my thoughts on acquisitions, like what we're up to. So I would suggest that if you feel like you need help with acquisitions, then just book a call with us, go to acquisitions.com, book a call with the team. Let's just see kind of like where you at, what do you do right now for a living? What do you try to achieve? And if it's got to do with acquisitions and you trying to potentially buy a business, then we'll let you know kind of like about our different services. if you're a business owner or if you're an entrepreneur, and we'll let you know. Knowledge, exactly. You got it. Yep, you got it, Tucker. Good stuff. All right. So with that being said, I think we went through quite a lot of questions. Hopefully you guys got some value today. Okay, I see many. I'll go through that and then we'll finalize it. So many saying I've been offered multiple businesses in the past, 250, some up to 500,000 range, but I don't want to be an employee. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to be an employee, then buy a big enough business that will have enough cash flow to hire other employees, right? It's pretty, again, keep things simple, guys. And what else? Do you have access to equity investors for acquisitions? Yes, we do. I'm looking to invest. So if you're part of our accelerator, like I said, if you join our accelerator and you allow us to invest in your deal and partner with you, then we will refund your service fee as soon as we invest in you. That's like, it's pretty straightforward, guys. Like, we're looking for good people that we can potentially partner with, and then like take the service fee. So it's almost like the service fee of working with us. It's almost like a deposit to make sure that you have skin in the game and you're taking us and yourself seriously. And then if you actually do the work and get a deal and bring us on, then you'll take that money. I mean, you'll get the money back. But at the same time, if you're not, then understand that we put in a lot of resources and effort and time to support you. So yeah, just understand you just understanding and respecting that. Thank you for information and feedback. Yeah, no worries. That's why I'm here to learn. Yeah, man. So I mean, guys, again, if you're here to learn and you want more help, like I said, book a call with us. Don't be afraid. We're not going to bite you. Worst case, we'll tell you, hey, look, this is not a fit, and all good. We'll be happy. We'll still be friends, and wherever you're in the world and you see me, we can go and drink a nice wine. It's all good. Tino Tenda saying, would you guys interested in doing consulting on doing SPACs in the future? Would you guys be interested in doing consulting on doing SPACs? Potentially, I don't know. I never did a SPAC, so I don't think I can consult you on that. But I definitely have a goal of doing some IPOs. So yeah, that's the goal. I have a deal seller. He's asking 2.3 million. I don't have 10%. How should I proceed? Join our accelerator. And if the deal is good, we might partner with you on that. Or if you want us to take over the deal and you just getting a referral fee, then send info to my email, personal one, or support at Acquisitions, or just email me personally, Moran at Acquisitions. And if the deal is good enough, then you could get a referral fee and we will take over that. But again, okay, so I see they're asking for 2.3 million, so we're probably too low. So unless it's doing 1 million EBITDA, I probably won't look at it unless it's right now in the marketing space or the fulfillment by Amazon space. All right, guys, so we'll end with that. I'm gonna drink some tea before my next call. I appreciate you all. Hopefully you got some value today. Again, with that being said, book a call with us if you didn't yet. And I appreciate you all. Thank you for everyone who turned on their cameras. I want to give you a shout out. I appreciate you all. Perry, Christopher, Timothy, Navjit, Sundadita, Niall, Kobe, and that's me, the other one. All right, cool. All right, appreciate you all. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.